Hey y'all, it's the messenger of God here, coming to drop one for y'all today. And it's called, matter of fact, I'm going to bring y'all Adam and Eve, okay? Because the Lord has been dealing with me. The Spirit has been moving. And like I said, I'm going to talk to y'all about Adam and Eve because it was going to be in the beginning, y'all. In the beginning is the introduction of life. And I want to talk to you guys. I'm going to jump right into my notes. In the beginning, God told the story of Adam and Eve. All because in the beginning, that all the things before you come into this world that I told you, okay, that it was going to happen when? In the beginning, okay? In the beginning. When he created this world, he said everything that he created was good. But there was going to be one bad apple that will spoil the bunch, okay? First of all, when Jesus tells you to do something, you need to listen and do it. And you also need to take heed, okay? Always take heed in everything he tells you to do, okay? That's why he said watch as well as pray, okay? See, in the beginning, oh, Lord, help me. In the beginning, Jesus showed us we were going to make a mistake before it all gets started. That the devil is going to be right there to deceive you of the good things that he already created, okay? That he already created. See, in the beginning was the word, okay? He spoke things into existence. You have to see it before it appears, before it happens. You have to believe in order to see, okay? And see it, okay? That's why God made it impossible to see until you acknowledge him, okay? Like I said, you can't just all of a sudden think you can jump into this thing, okay? You can't just sit up here and just talk to people if you haven't lived life yet, okay? You can't sit up here and just say, you know what? You know, I'm blessed with so many things and I ain't been through nothing. And you know what? Everything is fine and peachy and dandy. But let me tell you something. It's going to be something somewhere in your life, whether it's going to be your health, whether it's going to be your relationship, whether it's going to be, you know, just life in general as it goes by, your job, your friends. Somewhere down the line, you're going to go through something where you're going to have a story to tell. You're going to have to go through life so that way you can experience life itself in order to be able to testify and tell your story to help someone else, okay? Let's keep going. Okay, I said that's why God made it impossible to see until you acknowledge him, okay? You can't see nothing without him. You will be blind in life, although you are living it, okay? How would you even know what to ask for if you don't know the creator who created you, who created everything, okay? You have to know this first. As a man, he was put in charge of and given the responsibility to lead, to be in charge of us, in charge of us as a king, to protect and to guard, to make everything safe. So just think, okay? Adam was put in charge of everything, okay? The man was first made, and they were put in charge of everything, okay? You got to understand that you are a king. You are put here to protect, to guard, and to make everything safe. That responsibility to be over it all, so that way you can protect the woman, okay? Before you even have a woman, you got to learn responsibility, okay? And that's called self-responsibility first. It's like, how can God put you over anything else, over a woman or anything else in your life, if you can't start with you, okay? You have to learn how to be responsible as a man, okay? We're going to keep on going. We're going to talk about the woman too. Let's get it, okay? Here we go. So before women were made, they were given, okay? They were put here to be obedient, okay, to God, to take care of his kingdom, okay? So like I was still talking about the God. So before the women were made, you men were put here, okay? You were put here to be obedient to God and to take care of his kingdom. That's why you have like that mentality, that strong and that strength that you have, that is not that a woman is weak, but a man is given this strength and this power to be able to lead and to take charge of. That's what we need more today, more powerful men. Okay, let's keep going. God gave man life first for a reason, because we were going to need them to conquer so many things, okay, and be strong, okay. He showed them everything in the beginning, okay, in the beginning. I'm telling you, all this happened in the beginning, y'all, before it even started, okay. He showed them everything in the beginning that was good and that were evil, okay. God gives you eternal life, but the devil will only make you believe you do, okay. That's the tree of life and the tree of knowledge, okay. God gives you eternal life, but you can also choose the devil, and when you do, the devil will only make you believe you do. He will only make you believe you have eternal life, but he can't give it to you, okay. He didn't defeat death, God did, okay. Let's keep going. Now, when he made Eve, okay, now when he made Eve, Adam was supposed to watch after her, okay. God knew what Eve was going to do, what she was going to do in the beginning before she even did it, okay. In the beginning, he already knew, okay. But keep listening. He already knew what Eve was going to do from the beginning. Eve was a woman, but also was Adam's weakness, okay. In the beginning, women were going to be strong, okay, but have a powerful influence over men. Eve was not only tempting, but persuasive, okay. She allowed the devil to tempt her, which were her weakness. Just like, okay, I'm going to give you an example, okay. Just like a pimp would do. Find out what she's missing or what she needs and prey on it, okay. That's exactly how the devil is, okay. To get the woman to do whatever he want to do, whatever he want her to do, right? But all of this was told where? In the beginning, okay? He was going to have all, he was telling you guys this all in the beginning of the Bible. That's why when I was reading this, I was like, give me the understanding of this story, because I'm like, I don't just want to know about the Eve eating off the tree and Adam should have stopped it. I want to understand the complete story, okay? Because I'm looking at all of this stuff that is being told in the word in the beginning, okay? He showed strength and he also showed weakness, okay? He showed you how a woman can bring weakness, and he also showed how a woman can have weakness just as well as a man, okay? Now watch, keep listening now, okay? That not only was she tempting, but persuasive. She allowed the devil to tempt her. I told you which was her weakness, okay? And I try to use an example of how men do, okay, to persuade and tempt a woman also. But all of this was told in the beginning. It's a shame I had to wait until the end just to get this, just to get what I got right now, y'all. Had to wait to the end just to get this and find out what Jesus is talking about. Because I've heard this story many of times, but I never heard it broken down to me. And all the time, that's why I be wanting to, talk to you guys, because I never really have anyone that I've ever heard, like, really break it down for me. It'd be like really, like a few people, even online or like videos that I make and find around. When you listen to a preacher, a pastor, bishop, you want them to take the story and break it down. Like, I want you to break it down and let me know. Because some of these words, I'm telling you right now, that's why I tell you, some of these words I can't pronounce. But I got this from my mom when she had told me. She said, just like this. She said, if there's a word you don't understand, baby, take the word and look it up. Okay? I'm going to tell you just like this. Take the word and look up the definition. Do not trust somebody else's definition, because sometimes the definition that you get from them, it might not be the right thing. So sometimes you got to get the definition for yourself and get an understanding for yourself, because not only do you get that definition, but God may also give you something else inside of that word that he may give to just you and only you, that you will understand, so that way you can help other people. Okay? That's why I'm trying to help too. If God give it to me, I'm going to tell you. I told you. Okay. Like I said, it's a shame I had to wait to the end just to get it. Okay? I had to be told I would surely die if I listened to the devil. So on my deathbed, I found Jesus. I had to open up my eyes and notice that I made a mistake where? In the beginning. Okay? God knew, but he also knew that we was going to take on take on some things much stronger than us, that we was going to take on something much stronger than us, which, sorry, y'all, I wrote it so quickly. I be trying to, I'm trying to read my little writing that I got. I didn't get a chance to write it over because I wanted to say what God gave me. So let's get it. Okay. So God told us, I said in the beginning, that we was going to go through something much stronger. We was going to go through something much stronger than us, which was birth pains. I know y'all women that have had children know what I'm talking about. If not, period pains. You know, I'm just trying to get there, period. I'm just trying to tell you exactly what it is. If you ain't been through it yet, honey, wait till you get there, okay? Because it's no joke. I don't know who be sitting up there pretending like they ain't never been through it, but I'm telling you, here come tell it around every what month, honey. I be like, just leave me alone, honey. Leave me alone, okay? Give me a whole week, okay? Just be nice. Just be nice to me. Be nice. Just give me a moment alone. Okay? Sometimes when women are going through things, men, understand that. Okay? Understand that. Understand the mood swings. Understand that we are going through pain. Okay? We're going through something right now. He gave the women this to go through. And we need you to understand that in the beginning. So know that from day one on up to day whatever to understand that, okay? We need some time alone, okay? Because this hurts. If you're not helping me, please leave, okay? Leave the premises, okay? Go somewhere else, patrol over there. Just give me time, okay? I need some time. If you're not bringing me something warm, just go, because don't give me no very cold ice water. It's just gonna make it worse. Okay, give me some tea or something, babe. Okay, let's keep going. I know I went there. This woman was going to have a baby come out of her whole, you know what, out of her hotel. Okay, out of, imagine that, having a whole life coming through an area. I just, that's tough, man. That's really tough on us. You got to understand what we have to go through, okay? Okay? Phew. Just to think of carrying it, Eve. Well, some of us may have had a cesarean, cut it right out of the belly, okay? Right out of the belly. But some of you, might not even have kids, you might not experience, but you can just imagine how it may feel. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You still will be sore. Okay. Can you imagine that? If you had a cesarean and you had a baby cut from your belly, you still will be sore and you can't laugh. Who's those out there that had a cesarean that knows that? If you had a cesarean, you'd be sore. You can't laugh. You cough, it hurts. Okay. You barely can breathe. Okay. You walk or you be passing gas and so much. Okay. Anything was it, right? Anything was it. Anything that you had to do, it was just like right there, like the pain, right? Okay. This woman was going to have to go through the utmost. Okay, and then try to be understood at the same time. So you already know, if you had a C-section, how many of y'all have ever been to the hospital and after a C-section, somebody has to come through and be a comedian? Okay, and know that you can't laugh, okay? Because if you did, you will almost nearly die. Just tears come running down your eyes. That's all you can do. Just sit there and tears just start coming down your eyes. Because somebody just got to come through and crack a joke, huh? And your tears just running down your eyes. And if you laugh, you're going to feel like you just finna bust wide open. Okay? Bust wide open. Okay? Can you imagine that? Even if you ain't got no kids. I'm just telling you. Especially if they have just put some stitches in. Okay? Just put some stitches in and sewed you up. Okay? And somebody come through and just bust them loose. Okay? Well, like I was trying to tell y'all, it feels like, and here you go, about to commit murder. Oh, Lord, please help me, okay? Help me, because you're like, this person don't know that they just came in and And you know, some people know that too. Some people know that. Some people know you sitting up there and you they know that you're going through some pain, but then they're gonna come through. I ain't gonna lie. Let me tell y'all, I am not a comedian, but I just have this thing where I'm just myself, right? I'm just me. And I'll sit up there and I'll be saying something and somebody will start laughing. And then like I have this thing where I can't stop. I'll just keep on going. And you be like, please just stop. And I just keep on saying stuff. And I say, you know what? Hey, can I get it out? Just get your laugh out now, because you're going to have to go ahead and get it out, because I got something else to say. You know, if you're going to laugh at it, I'm sorry. You know, you just going to have to hold it back, because I know when I start going, I can't stop. And sometimes you'll be laughing and you can't breathe and you holding your hand up and you're like, please stop cracking the jokes. And I'll be like, I just got to say what I got to say. Really, I don't think I'm cracking a joke. In my head, I think I'm just being blunt and telling it just like it is. But, you know, sometimes people be crying. And I'll be like, well, there you have it, okay? But anyways, in your mind, back to the baby, just think, you be like, just wait. Because if I live through all of this, you be like, I'm going to get them back, right? Okay? Y'all, this woman was going to be a queen. She was a person that could bring a precious new life into this world. A woman, okay? And he told us all of this in the beginning, okay? And when I was thinking about it, I wrote on the side, I said, did you know that Adam and Eve did not see birth? Like, they just came in this world, grown tail, man and woman, just a man and a woman. They did not come like as a child and go through birth, okay? I was thinking about that. I said, you know what? They came in this world some grown folks, okay, already. So it was trying to make me think. I'm like, does that mean that, you know, Abel was like the first son, you know, of God? Not like the son of God, but like the very first son of the world, actually, because this baby was actually, you know, came from the womb of Eve, but it was like the first baby that was, you know, conceived. You know, to me, I was like, you know, in my opinion, I was just like, man. And it was like the first murder that was in the Bible, that Abel was killed by his brother Cain, and he was innocent. You know what I'm saying? He was an innocent man. You know, it just don't make sense on how that happened to him. And then when I was thinking about it, I was just like, man, you know, you thinking about how Cain was when he gave up his offering. I remember telling y'all that before. I'm gonna go back to Adam and Eve. Hold up. And I was just like, how you just think of the Lord like that? You know, how can someone just think like you can just reach down? This was a ground that was already cursed first and foremost. But then Cain decided to reach down and get something, you know, from the ground that was already cursed, instead of giving them something that, you know, that was precious and that, you know, that will mean much more to God. It's just like when somebody say, you know what, I ain't gonna give God a whole cake, but I'm just gonna give him a little piece. You know, it's just like you trying to hold back from him, and instead of giving him your best, you're supposed to give him your best all the time, 100%. Because how do you expect for him to give you, you know, his best if you can't give him your best? I'm just saying. I'm sorry, y'all. All right, but let's keep going. It made me also write down a few scriptures, but I'll get to them in a minute, okay? And make sure y'all read Romans 7, y'all. If I have time, I'll do it, but I'm trying to get through all this. All right, I said, see, Eve. I say, Eve. See, the devil wanted to destroy with Eve, okay? The devil wanted to destroy what God had created from the beginning, y'all. Genesis 3:3-5, okay? I felt like this. He lied and used God just to kill her. Okay, because what I'm trying to say is that when he, first and foremost, she listened. Okay, he got her to listen first and foremost, because if God, let's keep reading it. Let's see if I wrote that down, because let me say it. If I go back over it, y'all, in here, I just got to say it. Okay, because first of all, I was thinking in my head, I said, you know, first and foremost, she listened. That's what got her the first time, because she should have never listened in the first place. She was supposed to be obedient, because when God told her that she was going to die, she wasn't even supposed to do that in the first place. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. You know, first thing she did, she listened to him, and he lied to her, right? And then he used God in the beginning of it and say, well, you know, God said, if you did this, you know, you would surely, no, you would be as wise as him, right? So he tried to use God to try to make it look like that she would be just like God, you know, her eyes would be open. There's no way in the world she was going to be like him. You know, he was right. She was going to have her eyes open, but what her eyes was going to be open to is her sin. Her nakedness in the Bible, it was making me, what I got of their nakedness is their sin. She was going to be able to see their sin because your eyes was going to be open to what you done wrong, honey. You wasn't going to be wise. That was going to be an ignorant choice. And then you're going to feel bad about it and shamed about it because you know you was disobedient. Okay, that's just like if mom tell you, hey, look, before she left the house, now I told you, I don't want you going in that refrigerator and I don't want you messing with that stove, okay, while I'm gone. But then you get your auntie to come over there and she was like, you know what, baby? I don't know why your mama told you that, but go ahead. You can go in the refrigerator, baby. Go in there and go ahead and make you something to eat. And then you go in the refrigerator. Okay, you've been disobedient. Then you went, turned on the stove, and then you try to sit up there and try to cook you some ramen noodles or some noodles or something like that. And here you go, then turned the pot over and then burnt yourself. And then what's going to happen? All hell's going to break loose, right? Because then mama, first of all, is going to kick out aunt like, okay, now you got to go. You need to leave my house. And then your tail is going to get it, okay? Your tail is going to get it first and foremost because I told you, okay? Now, if I tell you first, then you can't sit up there and blame her. Hey, she let me do it. I told you. If I told you to do something, you're supposed to listen to me. So that's the same, you know, I'm trying to give you an example. That's the same way God feels when he tells you something. You can't listen to somebody else telling you. You got to listen to what he tells you. Okay? Let's keep going. Okay. Yeah, C was going to see, but she see her own death. That's right. Adam's supposed to have saved Eve, y'all. Adam was supposed to save Eve. Don't think I was saying this. Adam was supposed to save Eve. I was like, don't think about your rib. Okay, my mom was cracking up because she was saying this too. Okay, like she said, don't think about your rib. I know you're thinking about your rib, Adam, but you still got a few left. I can make you another one. Okay, I made her. Just like this. It was just like this. Why you sitting up there worrying about if she ate off that tree? You know what I mean? You just be like, you know what? I ain't finna do that. I told you I would have sat up here and said, hold on, bro. You know, you could have drop kicked their clothesline or anything, took a run, start and just and whatever. Soldier Boy, soup, you know. But anyways, I'm just being funny. But what I'm trying to tell you, you could have did anything to prevent her. You had one job, Adam. You had one job, okay? All you had to do was be on your patrol, on your guard, okay? You would have been fired already. Okay, Adam would have been fired already because he would have got caught slipping. Okay, it would have been like, you know what, Adam? Sorry, sir. We're going to have to let you go. You know how they give you that 30-day or that 90-day training. And, you know, if you don't make the cut, that's it. You know, you have one job to do. And if I give you that one job to do, you got to do it, right? Oh, my goodness, y'all. This is so funny. And I was just like this. Y'all still, to this day, is eating stuff unclean. To this day, this is what y'all doing. Because y'all eating stuff that's unclean, nasty, dirty, not of God, bad, and rotten fruit. Fruit that is not of God. That is why you have stumped your growth. That is why you are stuck right where you started from. Okay? Because you have not got it since the beginning. And like I said, Adam lost his job before it even started. Okay? That's a darn shame. And, you know, I had sat up here and I had got a few scriptures that I wanted to read because I found out, you know, while I was reading the Garden of Eden from Revelations 2:7, he said, he who is able to hear, let him listen to and give heed to what the Spirit says to the assemblies, to the churches, okay? To him who overcomes is victorious. I will grant you to eat of the fruit of the tree of life, which is in the paradise of God. So it made me think, I'm like, you know what? If he said this made me think that the promised land is the Garden of Eden. So I'm like, so it's the promised land, the Garden of Eden. I don't know, but it made me think of that. And then I was just like here, Revelations 22:14, blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. I was looking up everything that had to do with the tree of life, okay? And then Revelation 22, verse 19, okay? And if any man shall take away from the words of this book, of this prophecy, God shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book, okay? And also read Revelations 22, 1 through 5, the water and the tree of life. And also read Psalms 18, 1 through 23. I want to read it for y'all, but I had just wanted to get out about Adam and Eve and let y'all know about them, okay? And I looked up the word enmity, okay? Because I remember when I was reading in there and it was saying the word enmity, and it means ill will and distrust and complicated. And when he was talking about the bruised heel, okay? And he was talking about the bruised head and the bruised heel. And I was like, the bruised head made me think that he was telling them what's going to happen when they got kicked out of the garden, what it was going to be for her. And for Adam and Eve, he said, you have bruised heads and a bruised heel. And I was like, that is just like, they're going to always remember and never forget. They're going to be guilty, okay? Feeling less like the crowns of thorns on their head. They're just going to always be weighed down with this on their minds and their heart because they know good and well that they should have never done what they did. And that bruised heel to me means it's just like, it will be hard to walk and hard to stand, okay? Blisters, sore, a long rough road ahead with no rest. And I said, you know what? I know I may have much more, but that's all I needed to let you guys know that it all started in the beginning, y'all. In the beginning, God created when he spoke. So with his word and with his mouth and when he spoke, he let us know that before you skip over this chapter and go to anything else, know that you need to know the beginning because he is the Alpha and the Omega. What he tells you in the beginning, he also tells you in the end because he's the one that is the starter and the finisher of everything. I told you he's the only one that defeated death. So he's the one that has life and death in the power of his hands. No one else can judge you by what you do and by what you say. That's why I told you, I always ask the Lord, I said, Lord, let me help the ones that's misunderstood. Let me help the ones that people said that they can't reach, that have the most hate. You know why? Because, you know, I feel like this. It seems like, you know, people see themselves as, you know, too good. You know, they don't see themselves with no fault. You know, and that's sad because we all go through things, you know, we all have been through a whole lot of things. And I'm just like this. One of these days, I hope that the word of God will pierce your hearts and turn you around. So those who are dealing with things and dealing with people who don't care, just know that God loves you and that he cares, okay? And if nobody told you that you was beautiful today, remember that you are just the way that you are, okay? And I love you and remind you that in the beginning, God spoke. And he loves us, okay? He used his voice, okay? He was, just because he wasn't there in the flesh in the beginning, he was there in the spirit and in truth, okay? He was there. He created all of this, and he had to bring himself down here just because no one else could do it. It was going to be too much hate and evil in this world in the beginning, okay? That's why he had to come in and begin it. And that's why he's going to finish it. And I thank him and I love him and I love y'all. All right.